In the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss, and I got the #1 website for you to cash in and cash out in cash money for Bitcoin. It's called bitquick.co. There's a link in the description, and it's in the #1 comment on this video. You go to their website, you're going to see this right here. You click on buy, and you tell them how much money you want to spend, and it will automatically convert that amount into Bitcoin. Once you have that amount ready, you let them know how you want to pay for it. You can either do a cash deposit or money transfer through a major bank right here in the USA. You pick what bank you want, and it's quite convenient to my house. The big thing to note here is you only have 3 hours to get that cash money into the bank account that they send you. Once you deposit the money into their account, they send you the Bitcoin. Notice that there is a 2% fee. This morning when I sent $500, they charged me $10 to send it, but that's not bad at all in crypto land. So you click on next right there after it's confirmed, and they'll send you an email. And notice this is cash only, you guys. Don't go online and try to transfer it into the person's account because it won't work. You need to go into a bank with cash money. In the email that they send you, they'll put their name, they'll put a 12-digit account number, they'll put that holder's state. That's all you need. And they will also confirm your Bitcoin address where the money will be sent. Biggest thing to note here is that you will need to receive the upload link and send them the receipt of the transfer. This is what that looks like. All you do is you take a picture of the deposit receipt after you send it. You type in that little no refunds for BitQuick on Bitcoin, boom, upload it into that email right there using that link. And congratulations, baby. You are now a part of the money team. This is the boss with another breakthrough website for you guys. I hope it helps, and I hope you will be profitable and prosperous in the market. Let's go.
Like a boss.
Live from the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Today is October 1st. Happy October, everybody. Happy Sunday. Hopefully you got a couple of the trades we did last week. If so, you should be profitable as a result. If this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK. My friends know me as a crypto trader, and I am the boss of these charts, as you will soon find out. Every day I'm able to grace this microphone with my voice. Is another day somebody can profit as a result, and today is no exception. So with that being said, guys, every video I give out a question of the day, to which, you know, I open it up to the community and say, hey guys, you know, we doing this 100-day challenge. I buy, you know, 0.01 Bitcoin. I put it on the market, either buy or sell for 100 days. And what coin should we pick? You know, what's looking good? What do you think? What do you think? I say, if I pick you, and this is open today, this is the question of the day. What coin should we buy or sell for our portfolio? You can actually track us live with the link in the description and in the #1 comment on this video. So I ask this after every video. If I pick your coin, then you win, you know, some cash money from me as a token of my appreciation on behalf of our community. We make money. We trade Bitcoin back and forth with all the different alts, and we profit. We are up right now on our portfolio. We have already beat the market inside of, I think, 18 or 20 days, 20 trades. So the coin that was selected that I'll actually be showing you the Fibonacci process with is, well, actually, let's go to the source. This is our group, the #1 Bitcoin group in the world. Remember, I tell you guys, the doors are always open. Come on in. If you haven't joined yet, it is no joke, the #1 Bitcoin group in the world. And the post that I am referencing is this one right here. This is a girl that's been in our group for a while, Diana Rodriguez. She says, my post today is to thank Brandon Kelly, the boss of the charts, who, thanks to him, I've learned how to surf the Fibonacci. Buy when the green is above the orange, not buy when it's over pumped and gone up 40%. Remember I say that, don't buy the green, don't sell the red. And basically not to take every trading alert as someone that knows everything without first looking at the boss method. That's a BK chart. That's pretty cool. Just to give you a little example, this morning I received an alert that Digibyte was a good buy. Had been watching it since the 21st, but hadn't bought it. Then this morning, I thought this is it. Less than 24 hours, I made 20% profit. Bam! And I'm still learning. I haven't invested a lot. I've only invested 0.015 Bitcoin, but I didn't think I would be so successful in just a short period of time. I'm so happy. Sorry for the long post. Wanted to share my experience. This is image of me surfing the Fibonacci and Digibyte, right? Thank you for being an awesome teacher. So, here it is, live and direct. Like, this was just posted today, and I saw it, and I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. Thank you for sharing that too, Diana. It's really inspirational, and it actually shows, how the Fibonacci can be used to correlate all of this information and let you know when lightning is getting ready to strike, right? Remember, I tell you that the biggest thing you have to wait for is that dovetail on the 231. That line has to go flat. The green has to come above the orange. And once that orange cracks through that 231, we are making some real deal money. She jumped the gun, but she didn't jump it before, the 7 crosses 77. So that's rule number 1, green above orange, buy. And now I guarantee you she's in a better position, than most of the market will be with regards to this trade. So I say all that to say this. Remember, guys, it doesn't matter if you start with $100 or if you start with $100,000. All that matters is every penny of profit you're able to get as a result. And I guarantee you, Diana, with those 20% gains, trade to trade like that, you will be well above where you're at right now in the near future. So thank you for the pick today. After I checked the chart, I was like, she's right. This thing is ready to make some real deal money. So without further ado, Diana, you are our winner of the day. Message me on Facebook with your Bitcoin wallet. I'm going to send you a couple bucks BTC as a token of my appreciation. Thank you for your contribution to the community. And thank you for helping the rest of us to make money as well. So here we go, guys. This is Digibyte. And we're looking on a 343-minute chart. And so now what we see is Diana was right. This thing has come together quite nicely. And first of all, first thing we look for is the green above the orange. I can cut this red off, just to clear things up a little bit. And we see that yes, it's well above the orange. If you would have bought, when that green went above the orange, you'd be up about 8% right now. I think Diana said she bought right here somewhere and timed it up almost perfectly to be up 20%. So that's pretty cool. So what does that mean for the rest of us? That means, first of all, we're going to buy this coin today. So our strike price is 412 Satoshis. That's what I'm going to put in our portfolio. DGB at 412 SAT. And we're going to buy 0.01 Bitcoin of Digibyte, right? Now, before we get into, that actual trade, I wanted to show you guys how to freestyle on a Fibonacci, right? First of all, if you don't know what a Fibonacci is, it's more or less a mathematical relationship to describe the correlation of nature, right? As humans that breathe oxygen and carbon, made with carbon, we are from the earth, right? We absorb energy from the sun, just like plants do. If you go too long without eating any plants, more than likely you won't be on this earth much longer. So we're plant-based entities that absorb energy from the sun. And as a result, the Fibonacci describes a mathematical sequence of our alignment, right? Not only with each other, but also with different events. So, that's the simple version of it, but it carries out through everything that happens naturally on this earth. Some of you guys may have seen a picture of like a girl dipping her hair down in the water and spiking it back, and the spiral that the water goes in is actually the Fibonacci spiral. Another thing is if you look on the underside of an acorn, right, that little spiral that the individual pieces of that acorn go around is the Fibonacci curve. Curve, spiral, same thing. It's semantics, don't worry about it. And also the sunflower seed. If you look at, just Google sunflower flower, just sunflower picture, right? And if you look at the arrangement of the seeds, it's kind of like that endless spiral out, flower of life, you know, same spiral. That's the Fibonacci. 1 + 2 = 3 + 5 = 8. You know, a natural sequence of numbers to describe the most likely number to happen based on this inherent set of rules. We can use this correlation to understand the charts as well. And in order to do that, since we're inside of like a month here, I'm going to turn back on our 21 and we're going to start the freestyle on this Fibonacci to show you guys exactly how it works out. So let's zoom in a little bit. And I highlighted these two areas ahead of time because they're two very, very prominent areas on this chart, right? When we saw Laura's chart, Diana, I think, Diana's chart, it was all the way, I don't want to mess your name up, I'm sorry. Diana. When we saw Diana's chart, it was drawn all the way out, you know, a few months back before Digibyte broke down. But now that we're down pretty close, you know, we can zoom in to this intersection and this intersection and use those 2 points as our Fibonacci, right? So we go from breakdown to breakout, right? And what do we want to do? Since this is like the natural extension, this orange line that you see down there that's moving is the natural extension of that relationship. So if this point was 1, 2, then that orange line would be 3, right? It's just the next natural logical path for the relationship between these 2 points, right? Now, one thing you should note is if when we double click that Fibonacci, and also it opens up this little toolbar, but before we even do that, let's just go to the long way of getting to it. I think it's in this side panel over here, maybe? Nope, it's not. Probably in this one up here. The second box down, second little icon, click on that. Click on Fib Retracement, and then click that little star, right? What that'll do is that'll throw it up top so you always have it. And then after you get like a bunch of these things like side by side like this, you can order them and put them in order, whatever, you know, works best for you. So I have like 12 up there that I just use a lot. So here we go, back to the Fib. So we can see that this thing is saying 1, 2, and 3 is going to be down, but we don't want that. We're saying that we think Digibyte is going to break out. So we double click it and we click on reverse. That's all you need to do, right? Also, if you notice, my settings are a little bit different. I think one of the default, you know, Fibonacci's has 0.5 as, you know, a level. You don't need that. The only ones you need are the 0, 236, 382, 618, right? The ones I have highlighted are really the only ones you need. And as you can see, I have the 1 grayed out because that's like 100%. It doesn't really help us. And it does also is not a key Fibonacci level. So I'll just leave that up. 1618, 3272 are really the most two that you'll use more often than not. And the 4.618 is really the highest level that you'll be able to extend to on one sequence. And as we can see, if we do that, now our orange line goes above, right? So what this says is if this is 1, this is 2, that becomes 3, right? It's the next logical step. And so the way I use the Fibonacci is it doesn't matter if we go forward or backwards, the relationship still stays the same, the correlation. That's my understanding of it, and it works out pretty well, right? So just the simple fact that we're going down, right? 1, 2, we can still get up to 3 once we break out. In fact, that's the natural ascension of us, given this relationship already. So what does that mean? What does that mean for where we're at right now? It means that we are well on track to make some money. Once we get inside this money zone, right, and you can see that's actually where we broke down in the past before, right there in the money zone. So once we're able to break through the top of this money zone, then we're more likely to go up here than we are to go back down there. That's all the Fibonacci means. It's really just what is natural inside the chart, and what is the most likely thing to happen. You should also note that when you do have this nice step pattern established, that the Fibonacci more or less infers where the chart will step down at and where it will step up at to the different levels, right? So if you notice, this thing has been living down on that first channel for quite some time. But as it goes up, it will step up in these channels just like it stepped down in those channels. Once it gets above that blue line, chances are that's going to be a nice little run for us, and we'll do something, that looks like that and pops us up to that orange before we decide to go down or go up. You also notice that when we do make it up to this orange line, just like we did back there, it's not for very long. But we do get there, given the situation and the scenario. And this is the only time I look at the candles, is when I want to fine-tune this Fibonacci and really understand what's going on inside of it, right? Otherwise, I don't need the candles whatsoever. But you can see, like right here, went to the top of that money zone, came right back down. Right here, went to the top of that money zone, came right back down, right? Right here, it was sitting sideways in between it, trying to decide, do you want to break out or do you want to break down? Decided to break down, tested, bounced off that money zone right there, continued to go down, consolidated right on the top of that 236, went down, bounced off the orange line, broke up to the top of the money zone, went back down. You know what I'm saying? So it's literally like the top of the bar and the bottom of the bar that more or less confirm this thing the entire time. Now, with us buying Digibyte right there inside that money zone, that's what I tell you guys. If we're going to buy, we want to buy inside that money zone, because that is the most likely chance that we have to go back up to the top of that orange line. And the beautiful thing about this relationship, this is a strong, strong chart, is you can see that that orange line confirms, the top of our candle on two different notes right there. And that's why I picked this chart, because it's like, it's so clearly defined, you cannot make that up. That is not an accident, right? So now, what do we do with this information? We're going to buy Digibyte, and this is what we expect to have happen. I don't like limit orders. I don't recommend, stop losses. I just want to do this to give you guys an idea of what kind of profit to expect. I'm not saying put a stop loss down here. Don't you ever do that, because there are bots and whales that intentionally will suppress a market to knock out your stop loss before they allow the natural market to take it back up to where the chart said it was going to go. So do not waste your time putting in stop losses. Right, that's just my 2 satoshis. But here we go. With this guy, we're gonna buy it right there. And now, what is natural to the chart, right? What is natural to the chart? We're buying it. We're at 414, right around there. Sell it up there, and what's natural to the chart is a drop of no more than that, right? So that gives us a risk to reward ratio 3.16, target profit of 38%, And if it gets down there, it's broken. Technically, we could take this up to that fib level, but again, that would be on one candle sell. I said do not sell the candles, but if a candle gets down there, then more than likely our 7-day moving average has broken that blue line, and that's when technically we would get out, right? So we got a risk to reward of about 3.0. So it's a solid pickup, and that's why I wanted to do it for today's chart, because it's really good, right? Real quick, we can go through one more. So essentially, this is what we look at right here. I like to leave these things just as reminders. The top of that candle is our sell zone, which is very natural already to the 1618 extension of the Fibonacci. And again, when that green crosses that orange and that orange starts to go up, you got you a solid reversal. And so shout out again to Diana for finding that for us. It really helped everybody to make some money. This is a good chart, you guys. And another reason why it's so good is even if you look at the intraday, what it just got done doing, it went all the way up to that top of that money line. We're buying it in the middle after a bounce back. So this thing already has momentum to the upside given the recent pullback. And it's about, what is it right now? 8% discount. So that's solid. That's solid. So this is a strong pickup for the situation. I'm not saying Digibyte is a top 20 coin. I'm not saying we're going to have it more than a few weeks, but we are going to have it with the expectation of making 38% on a 3.0 risk reward ratio. That's how we do it, right? Let's check one more out just to show you the difference in possibilities. This one is going to be Nexus. NEXUS to the Bitcoin. And I believe somebody recommended this one in one of our comments the other day. So I'm going to go back to whoever you were and throw you a couple bucks as well in Bitcoin. So when we look at Nexus, we can see, let me take that off, and we zoom out. So now I'm going to cut this red off because we're looking out like more than 6 weeks, so we really don't need the red right now. I can get enough information between the green, white, and orange. And so what's really intriguing about this chart I saw is that when you connect, first of all, let me show you how this works right here. Because these are two very important moments in time that I captured, right? First of all, that moment in time, when we look at it, let's do this, knock that down. Put that in white, that's not bad. That moment in time right there is very critical to the future of Nexus. What do we have? We have the green is essentially in quicksand, you guys. It's under the orange, under the white, and then the white started coming down. You see that? The white came down. And so now it's like the roof was closing in on Nexus. It was literally like running out of air underwater. But what happened? Fight or flight. And this thing took off, you know, like a horse out the tracks. So it jumped up, lower, low, bam, bam, and now we're out of the quicksand. This was our buy signal right here. It's the day that Nexus came green above orange. We should have been in there. We should have bought, right? But then it went up. Nice run. Had another little aftershock and came right back down, right? But it was hit with the exact same situation, not even, 6 weeks later. In quicksand, need to break out. What do? It come back again. Bam! Hit him upside the head for another 3,000%, 300%. And now it's back in the exact same situation. So this is why I wanted to do this chart, because you can see that there is a strong correlation between those points. So if we just take a Fibonacci extension from there, and this is the beauty of it, you guys, to there, from low to low, but we know how those 2 points work, and we say, okay, between that correlation, show me something, reverse it up, let me know what the next natural point is on this chart. We can see that it gave us a few things. Don't look like it gave us much at first, but when you know where to look, it's not hard to know where you're going as well. The most natural area of that extension is that 4.618. That was the last area of consolidation we had before we broke back down, right? That's kind of like the home run. If you could get up to the 4.618, you just hit a home run, right? So, in addition to that, we cut the candle on. We can see that this thing naturally started to fall at the 3.2 right there, right? It went up, broke it a little bit, and came right back down. What's even more intriguing about this Fibonacci is even if you move it to the intersection of the red and the green, green above red, and then let's do this one. Green above red. Check that out. Now it's like fine tuning a knife, sharpening a knife. Look at that. Now that 4.618 almost goes exactly perfect to the moment of time this thing broke out. And you can play with it a little bit. Like, I'm not even close in on it. Like, you can literally zoom in on these charts to the exact moment in time something happened. So I said all that to say this. Nexus is also a very, very, very strong chart right now. Another way to look at the Fibonacci is just what we did on the last chart, right? You just saw like a short, quick validation. You can also do a long range validation where we go all the way up that most recent trend. And now you can see that this thing basically stepped down the ladder, crashed down, tried to bounce right there, didn't make it, right? We'll put this thing up a little bit to the red, and there you go. So now it's bounced on that, didn't make it right there. But it's coming in what's called a ascending wedge, right? Some people say this is a bearish formation. I tend to think it can go both ways. I think this is a situation where Nexus becomes very intriguing because not only does it have two other confirmations of bouncing off this, but we just had a huge, huge, huge run, right? So now this white line is coming flat. If Nexus is able to get a quick breakout here, that will be enough to continue in the pattern that we already formed, right? So, how do we tell if it rebounds? We can tell if it rebounds just based off, let's see. This is our base trend line right here. Let's cut off the red. This is our base trend line. So as long as it does not, as long as the green does not break that line, right? This big, 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 color it white if you want. This big, thick white line. As long as our 7-day moving average is above that line, then Nexus has a much better chance of continuing to go up than it does of going down, right? Nothing's guaranteed, but it just basically shows you the different levels to which it would happen. So say if we were going to buy Nexus, this is what we would expect. The first area of breakdown would be anywhere below that orange line, right? That's like the ground floor. But check this out. What's natural to Nexus is a huge, huge run, at least to, I would say right about there. Right in between, yeah, right there at the bottom of that 7-day. So we would be able to look at making a solid 41% right there at the top of that 231 just on our first little spike here, with the possibility of going all the way up to that 1618 on our next huge breakout run, which will happen eventually. It's not a matter of if, but when. And this is a lot of times how I project, future points, is I say, okay, if that's our base rate, line, then by this point over here, we should reach that money zone, that 1.618 extension, right? Because then you can like start to backtrack horizontal lines, you know, to pinpoint different areas of events most likely to happen. And as long as you stay on track, you're going to be fine. All I'm doing, and if you look at my charts on TradingView, all they do is pinpoint different intersections of energy. Positive energy, negative energy, right? You got both of them. So normally the money zone is positive energy, especially when it's at the top of the money zone, because that's like fight or flight. Remember what I said over on this side, either you go, you know what I'm saying, you go break out or you go break down, and most coins break out during this, when this intersection happens, right? So that's like the top right there. But then also what's intriguing too is if once you start to understand that and you start to see like where these intersections happen at, that distance in itself is actually the Fibonacci line going that way. You know what I'm saying? Like this is 1, this is 3, this is 8, the next one would be 13, you know. So you start to get in some weird stuff with the correlations, but that is the Fibonacci, everybody. It's not perfect. I'm not saying that it's perfect, but a lot of people ask me, how do I know when certain events are going to happen? This is how. This is why. Because I just chart the energy of the intersections. I extend them out to certain points. I go back and chart another path of energy. So say, you know, something like that, you know, was another path. That's just arbitrary. But, okay, well, let's just make it real. Something like break down. That's actually a path right there, right? So say we wanted to chart that one and throw it against it, you know, if that path was relevant in that chart, then that would give us different events based on the intersection of those two lines within the same Fibonacci curve, right? And this actually becomes then, if this path stays true, then this becomes the area of growth that Nexus could have, to where it does something like this. And this is just, you know, example at this point, something like that, down, and then up to that 4618. But it's all a natural extension of the same relationship. And at the end of the day, that's all Fibonacci can do for you, is show you how what you see right now extends out as long as the future stays a part of the natural cycle that it's on. There you go, guys. That's it. That's how you chart like a boss. Oh, it's a little bit longer than I wanted to spend talking about it, but hopefully it was good to go over two charts. You can kind of see how the Fibonacci is not set. It's not like regimented to where you have to use it like this. You have to go to the top of the candle, to the bottom candle. No, it's open to interpretation. And the more you develop your own charting style, the more you will understand how it fits the patterns that you begin to see naturally, right? Everybody's eye is different, and so these charts, when I draw a chart, it's the way my eye see it, my brain sees it, right? When you draw a chart, you can see it completely differently. I guarantee you it's people out there right now saying, oh my God, he could have did this, this, and this, and came up with a different relationship, and then drew this line and this line, you know, and saw a completely different story, right? But that's the beauty of the Fibonacci, is it doesn't really matter what story you draw. It just shows you how that story will continue naturally in the future, right? So there you go, guys. Hopefully that was beneficial for you. I'll you know, from time to time again, I'm gonna be doing like little intro how-to videos. I thought this would be helpful for the community just to see like two different real-world examples, Digibyte and Nexus. But you should know that only one of these coins is a part of our dream team, right? I tell you, after every call, I got two lists. I got the profit package and I got the dream team, and that will take us into our next segment. If this is your first time tuning in, you do have a treat. You are officially a part of history. You know what I'm saying? This is the boss of Bitcoin, and I want to show you the community we got online and the packages we got for you. If you in the chat right now, shout me out, shout your people out, let me know what country you are in, so we could do our global check-in in a second. But for now, we're going to go through these little options right here. First thing, you go to bossofbitcoin.com. You're going to see three options for you. The first one is the profit package. This is the movers, the shakers, and the money makers. This is a hand-selected list, you guys. I spent about 2 months, about $20,000 in the market trying to figure out what the best coins were. For you to get $25, it's yours. This list is up, no joke, about 1,400% in the past 2 weeks using the boss method, right? Next one we got is the dream team, and this is what I like. This is the golden goose right now. This list is the next generation tokens. A lot of them are only $1 or $2. When I made this list, you could get the entire list with a $20 bill. So what I said is, if you got $1 and you got a dream, then you got coin on this list and you can be profitable. And as I told you earlier, only one of those charts we saw today is good enough to make it on this list. So you get it, you get this package, and you'll understand why and your opportunity to profit from it as a result. Last thing we got is the one-on-one meeting with the boss. You click that last little icon right there, pay the $25. That will open up my personal calendar. Say you wanted to do something Friday morning, you know what I'm saying, after the Ellen show, click that button, bam! We now got some FaceTime, baby. And this is my favorite part of the day. You know, this is when, I tell you what, hold on. They trying to cut the lights out, but I said, no, I said, let there be light. Tell you, it's software, man. Every day is an adventure trying to make this software work. But I actually had a call this morning, which was very inspirational. With you know, I feel like he's you know, like a legend. The way he was able to shed light. But yesterday was about 3 hours with an individual, very influential individual in the digital space, and I look forward to creating monumental things with him. And it's really amazing just the people that you're able to talk to, the lives you're able to touch, right? Because, you know, as I say all the time, we live in a world where it's very, very, very unfortunate, but we live in a world where all too often, right, this little piece of paper is all that matter. You know, our whole world is run by how many of these little pieces of paper we can scavenge together. So my goal is to give out as many of these pieces of paper as possible to anyone willing to manifest it through the method that I've developed. It's a patented method. It's very, very, very accurate, very efficient, and it works. And it will bring a lot of these pieces of paper to you. But in doing so, you must then manifest more positivity as a result. I believe society is sick. Society is sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that's why people are not happy, right? People are inundated with depressing and detrimental, you know, content on every digital platform. You turn on, you know, any major media outlet, you will hear the talking heads on TV with the voices in their ear and the words behind the screen telling them exactly what to say. Those talking heads will find 20 different ways to divide me from you, but not one way to bring us together. Turn on any TV on Sunday, look on Facebook on Sunday, all you see is people, you know, standing around in a circle, some guys kneeling down, some guys not, and all of a sudden that's a point of controversy. Let me tell you something. It's 1,000 ways to keep people distracted from what's important, but I found one way to bring longevity to the solution. Empower yourself. Use this method to bypass all of that, right? The more money we have, the happier we are. The happier we are, the more we can actually live, right? And that's what this method allows you to do. So if you like that, by all means, hit that thumbs up button, baby. It's more to come. More to come. With that being said, let's jump in the chat right now, right? I like to end on a positive note. So we go do our global check-in. You can see, you know, the results from the dream team right there. If you want them, bam. So let's go to our chat. Let's see who we got rocking out with the boss right now. We got Canada. Canada 2 times back-to-back off top. The Market Ranger, one of our mods, holding the chat down from Sacktown. Boss walking on the West Coast. Romania. Jersey. Big ups from South Africa. Yassine Patel in South Africa. What's going on, baby? Appreciate the love. Seattle. USA. USA. Orlando. Santa Cruz. CA. Surfing on the West Coast. Germany is in the building. Big Brian holding it down. Across the ocean. DGB. Yes, we bought that one today. 0.01 Bitcoin. We just bought DGB today. I didn't go through the process of actually buying it. I've done it enough. But yes, we are buying Digibyte today. Bam! Let's make some money, right? Been asking for the FIB demo explanation. Bam! Thank you, man. Thank you. $10. I take it. Norwich, UK is in the building. Finland is in the building. Paris, France. Dubsky. Germany, London, Canada, Romania, Netherlands, Switzerland, and Belgium. Germany is like big, strong. So there you go, guys. That's our community in a nutshell, man. This is what we got. This is what we do. We come together, we empower each other, we prosper together, and we profit together, right? Each one, reach one, teach one. You know what I'm saying? Come as you are, but leave forever changed. That's my goal. That is my goal. And we are creating a coalition of empowered people. It's people that made money this week just by watching this channel. It's people that's going to make money tomorrow just by watching this channel. It's people that's going to make money a year from now just by watching this channel. I'm not stopping. This method will not stop. It beats the market 10-1. So with that being said, it's that time of the day signing out. This the boss. Yo, boy BK, no matter where you stay, from Brazil to the Bay in California, all the way back out through Germany. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I certainly do appreciate it. Make sure you're subscribed, share this video. Do that for me if you appreciate mine. Till we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.